Good morning all of you. In the last class we have completed our physical analysis of water, and today we are going to discuss about the chemical analysis of water. So chemical analysis of water is carried out in order to determine the chemical characteristic of water. This involves the test for determining the total solid, pH value, hardness, chloride content, nitrogen content, iron, manganese and other metal contents, dissolved gases, etc. So let us first discuss about the total solids. So total solid consists of dissolved and suspended solid. Dissolved solid mainly consist of inorganic salts like carbonates, bicarbonates, chloride, sulfates, etc. together with small amount of organic matter and dissolved gases. And suspended solid consist of inorganic matter like silt and organic matter like algae. So the total amount of solid can be determined by evaporating a sample of water and then weighing the dry residue that is left after evaporation. And this suspended solid that is present in water can be found out by filtering. By filtering the sample of water and weighing the residue left on the filter paper. Then the dissolved solid can be obtained by the then that means dissolved solid can be represented by the difference between total solid and suspended solid. Okay. Then the total permissible amount of solid in water generally is limited to 500 ppm. So this is about your total solid. Next we will discuss about the pH value of water. So pH value of water indicates logarithm of reciprocal of hydrogen ion concentration present in water. That means this pH can be written as logarithm of reciprocal of hydrogen ion concentration, or it can be written as negative logarithm of hydrogen ion concentration. Okay. And it is an indicator of acidity or alkalinity of water. So as the pH is the logarithm of reciprocal of hydrogen ion concentration, the higher the value of pH means, if the pH value is higher, that means the hydrogen concentration means lower hydrogen concentration, and this will represent which type of solution? This will represent alkaline solution. Okay. And the lower value of pH means higher hydrogen ion concentration, which will represent which type of solution? Then that will represent acidic solution. Okay. A neutral water will have a pH equal to 7. Therefore, if pH is more than 7, it will be alkaline, and if it is less than 7, it will be acidic. The maximum acidity will be at 0 value of pH and maximum alkalinity will be at a value of pH equal to 14. This alkalinity generally is caused by the presence of bicarbonates of calcium and magnesium, or due to the presence of carbonates and hydroxide of sodium, potassium, calcium and magnesium. And this acidity is caused by the presence of mineral acid, free carbon dioxide and sulfates of iron and aluminum, etc. Then this pH can be measured quickly and automatically by potentiometer. So this potentiometer will measure the electrical potential exerted by hydrogen ions, and thus it will indicate their concentration. So from that we can find out the pH value. And pH can also be measured by the help of color indicators. So in this method, the color indicators are added to water and the color produced is compared with the standard color of known pH values. For public water supply, generally attempts should be made to keep the pH value as close to 7 as possible. So the lower value of pH, that means the acidic water, may cause tuberculation and corrosion, while the higher values of water, that means alkaline water, may produce incrustation and sediment deposits, etc. So for as per the, however, the permissible pH value for public supply is limited. There is a range that is from 6.6 to 8.5. So this is all about your pH value of water. Then next come to hardness of water. Hardness means, all of you know that it is the characteristic which prevent the formation of foam when the water mixed with soap. So it will prevent the formation of foam when the hard water will mixed with soap. So it is usually caused by the presence of calcium and magnesium salt present in water. This hard water is generally undesirable because it may lead to scaling of boilers, causing corrosion and incrustation of pipe, and also they make food tasteless. So there are two types of hardness. One is carbonate hardness, or this is known as your temporary hardness. So this type of hardness is due to the presence of bicarbonates and carbonates of calcium and magnesium that is present in water, and this type of hardness can be removed by simple boiling, or it can be removed by addition of lime to the water. The next type of hardness is permanent or non-carbonate hardness, and this is due to the presence of sulfates, chlorides and nitrates of calcium and magnesium that is present in water, and this cannot be removed by simple boiling. These require special treatment for softening. This hardness is generally defined as the calcium carbonate equivalent of calcium and magnesium ion present in water, and is expressed in terms of milligram per liter. Okay. So, this is all about for today's class. In the next class, we will discuss about the other chemical characteristic of water. Thank you.